What the fuck is that?
Turn your light off, dude. Dude, it won't turn off.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh,
If you had spent any time in North America, particularly the Pacific Northwest, during the 1970s, chances are you would have heard stories about a mysterious creature known as Bigfoot. For those who don't know, Bigfoot is described as a massive human-like creature, standing between 7 and 10 feet tall, covered in thick hair, and said to roam the dense forests of the United States and Canada. For decades, hundreds of people have claimed to have seen the creature. Yet despite the countless reports, footprints, and eyewitness accounts, none of the alleged evidence has ever been enough to conclusively prove that Bigfoot exists. As a result, most people have dismissed the sightings as misidentifications or hoaxes. However, on May 9, 2015, a YouTube channel called Tomorrow's Garden uploaded what appeared to be nothing more than an ordinary mushroom hunting video. At first glance, there was nothing unusual about it. The uploader casually spoke to viewers while walking through the forest, pointing out which mushrooms were safe to eat and which ones should be avoided. For the first few minutes, everything seemed completely routine. However, what started as a peaceful hunt soon captured something that many viewers believe could be one of the most compelling alleged Bigfoot encounters ever recorded.
These look pretty big. Yeah, look how big that one is down there. It's got to be about 12 inches across. This one looks like it has a bite out of it. This one, and there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. Huh? I think it's time to go.
As the uploader continued through the forest, a loud and unusual sound suddenly echoed through the trees. While many viewers immediately pointed to it as possible evidence of Bigfoot, it's important not to jump to conclusions. There are several possible explanations. The sound could have come from a wild animal, such as a coyote or another species native to the area. Others suggested it may have been a tree falling, or even someone deliberately trying to frighten the uploader. Whatever produced the noise, there is no verified evidence linking it to Bigfoot. Even so, the sound was unusual enough that it immediately caught the uploader's attention. Without waiting to investigate further, he quickly turned around and left the area, bringing the exploration to an abrupt end. Work Less Enjoy Life More is a relatively well-known YouTube channel run by a middle-aged man named Larry. Since 2020, Larry has uploaded hundreds of videos documenting his solo van camping adventures across the United States and Canada. Most of his content focuses on stealth camping in quiet, scenic locations, where the biggest challenge is usually avoiding unwanted attention and enjoying the outdoors. However, on October 16, 2022, Larry uploaded a video documenting a solo camping trip just south of Williams, Arizona. At first, everything appeared completely normal as he settled into the night and prepared to sleep inside his van. But as the night went on, the peaceful camping trip took an unexpected turn. What Larry experienced in the darkness would become one of the most unsettling moments ever captured on his channel. Just moments into the night, Larry suddenly heard what sounded like a woman screaming somewhere deep in the surrounding woods. Hearing a scream in the middle of a remote forest, especially late at night, was enough to make anyone stop in their tracks. There were no nearby homes, no visible campsites, and no obvious reason why anyone would be out there. Concerned that someone might be in danger, Larry cautiously stepped out of his van to investigate, but as he moved farther into the darkness, the atmosphere of the video changed completely. From that point on, what had started as a peaceful camping trip turned into a genuinely disturbing encounter.
Hello?
Hello? Okay, that's creepy.
As Larry searched for the source of the screams, he suddenly spotted what he described as a man hiding behind the trees. Unfortunately, the individual was not clearly captured on camera, so there is no way to independently verify exactly what Larry saw. However, judging by his immediate reaction, it was enough to convince him that something was seriously wrong. Without hesitating, Larry turned around and ran back to his van as fast as he could. Once inside, he locked the doors and stayed as quiet as possible. But the situation was far from over. What happened next would become the most disturbing part of the entire recording.
What do you want? Okay. I just heard that. I just heard the bay door open.
A few minutes later, someone appeared to try opening the door of Larry's van, triggering the vehicle's alarm. Startled, Larry grabbed his legally owned handgun and cautiously looked outside, but he couldn't see anyone nearby. But looking into the CCTV footage, it was clear that someone then managed to get into the van during the encounter. What is clear, however, is that isolated campsites can attract trespassers or other individuals, making solo camping inherently risky, especially in remote areas where help may be far away. Fortunately, Larry made it through the incident without being injured, and he continues to regularly upload camping videos to his channel today. If you had spent time in New Jersey's Pine Barrens during the 1990s, chances are you would have heard stories about a mysterious figure locals called the Chainsaw Man. According to the legend, he was said to roam the remote forests carrying a running chainsaw, chasing anyone who wandered too deep into his territory, especially drivers traveling the isolated back roads at night. Over the years, dozens of people claim to have encountered him, but as with most urban legends, the stories were almost always based on eyewitness accounts, with little to no evidence to support them. No clear photographs, no verified recordings, and no police investigation ever confirmed the existence of the so-called Chainsaw Man. As a result, most people dismissed the legend as nothing more than local folklore. On February 9, 2018, YouTuber Mo Sargi uploaded a video documenting an overnight camping trip in New Jersey's Pine Barrens, alongside fellow creator CJ Faison. For the first several minutes, everything seemed completely routine. The two explored the forest, set up camp, and spoke casually to the camera as night slowly fell.
The whole chainsaw thing, the whole situation with that's where it derived from. Yeah, you heard that, right?
Yeah, that was really weird. I was setting up my time-lapse camera.
We just heard about 4 to 5 gunshots. I was taking a piss right here, literally. And we heard about 4 to 5 gunshots.
The But few minutes into their exploration, they heard what sounded like several gunshots echoing through the woods. At first, it didn't seem too unusual. Hunting is permitted in certain parts of the Pine Barrens during designated seasons, so distant gunfire isn't entirely uncommon. Then, only moments later, they heard something far more unsettling, a sound they described as a child screaming somewhere deep in the forest.
What the fuck? That's a kid screaming. There's a kid screaming in the forest. Dude, what the fuck? What the hell? Guys, there is a legit kid screaming in the forest.
Whether it was actually a child, an animal, or something else entirely remains unknown, but from that moment on, the footage starts to feel pretty disturbing.
Should we turn our lights off? Because obviously it's illuminated. Okay, keep your lights off, keep your lights off. There is somebody out there.
The fuck was that, dude?
Something in the water. Go, 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 go.
You go first.
I don't know. How do you open this?
Shit, man. Just come through this.
Go through the little...
You go first. Okay. You go first.
I just... My light's on. Dude, I heard something splash.
What?
What the f*** is that?
Well, what the fuck is that, dude?
I don't know what the f*** that is, but what the f*** is that? Guys, we just heard a splash in the water.
Moments later, they heard a loud splash coming from the nearby water. When they walked over to investigate, they discovered what appeared to be a fake human skull with a light attached to it floating near the shore. At that point, both of them became convinced that someone nearby was deliberately trying to frighten them.
Gunshots, and just some weird noises, but yo,
I'm so creeped out right now.
it's fucking cold. It's so freaking cold. Like,
Turn your fucking light off. What the fuck is that, Mel? Fuck. What the fuck is that?
turn your light off, dude. Dude, it won't turn off.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck? What the fuck? Go! These fucking thorns are... There was somebody with a fucking chainsaw. I told...
They eventually returned to their tent, hoping the strange incidents were finally over, but only moments later, the sound of a chainsaw suddenly erupted just outside the campsite. Almost immediately, the blade appeared to tear through part of the tent, sending both of them into a panic. At that point, there was no reason to stay. Whether it was a dangerous prank or a genuine threat, the only sensible decision was to get out of the area as quickly as possible. They abandoned the campsite and ran, managing to escape without being injured. While the exact circumstances of the encounter remain unclear, both Mo Sargi and CJ Faizan made it out safely.
With a fucking chainsaw, just keep going. Come on. My camera